So I'm gonna explain my cymbals from left to right. This is a 14-inch Bliss Crash, 20-inch Crash Ride, Bliss with rivets. It's a 22-inch Energy Ride. This is a 19-inch Bliss Crash Ride. These hi-hats are 14-inch Bliss.
Right.
The thing I like most about Dream Cymbals, the one major thing, they work in every situation. Bliss cymbals work in every situation. You know, the only main thing I change about my cymbals is the height of the stands, depending on if I'm playing straight ahead or if I'm like on a pocket gig or groove gig, and I also play with burning spears. So it's like the cymbals work in all of those situations. It's like I don't have to worry about, oh, I can't take this cymbal, I can take whatever's in the bag. Say I don't look in the bag, I can just grab my bag and just walk. It doesn't matter what's in the bag, it'll work, you know, no matter what gig I'm on.
Right.
You know, that's the beauty about Dream Cymbals. Never in history of my little life have I ever been able to just grab a bag. Because I've been on incidents where I forgot to switch the cymbals. This was years ago. And showed up and like, oh God, I gotta play the gig with these cymbals for this gig. But with Dream, I don't have to worry about that. I just, you know, whatever's there, because I had a couple bags, and depending on what I was doing the day before and what's set up at home in the studio, I just grab the bag and leave the house. I don't really think about what's in there, because I know whatever's in there, I'll be cool. Right. You know, so that's the beauty, and that's what drew me to Dream. When I first heard the cymbals a while, you know, years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, 5 years ago, I was somewhere and somebody was playing, I don't even know who it was, somebody was playing oh God, what were they playing? What is it, the mini bell, the big one, the 24 mini bell. They were playing that, and I was like, I just hounded them on the break. I was like, man, what is that? What is that you're playing? And then I started to see, you know, gradually, one person I knew had a Crash, and another person, I was like, man, I like these cymbals. I said, they sound like water, first of all. You know, when you know, it's just like a watery sound versus, you know, I don't know, a lot of cymbals to me tend to have such a ping, and they don't have the thing I like from cymbals. Cymbals are supposed to create accents and cushions. And you know, if a cymbal doesn't, when you hit it and it just goes, that's a cushion, or you know, that's like a cushion sound versus like a you hit a cymbal and it goes You know, these cymbals have a cushion effect, you know, a watery cushion effect, and you don't gotta play them hard. You don't have to play the cymbals as hard as you normally think you would have to play a cymbal.
Yeah. You
know, I can just go, and that's so big, and I'm barely, it takes the work factor out. Because when you actually smack it, it's, you know.
Yeah.
It's like under the band, that's like oh, there's earth down there, you know. when you're playing with the band, it's like, oh man, that feels good. Versus, you know, it doesn't feel good, you know. But that's one of the main things. Is those few main things are like very important. When you hit a cymbal, it responds. Yeah. You don't have to bang the crap out of it for it to respond. You hit the cymbal, it responds. When you lay into it, it like pushes to a next level, because it can put, it's like it's almost like, you know how you turn on a water faucet and it goes, when you turn it on softly and it goes, and when you turn it on, it goes, it's the same effect. When you hit the cymbals, it's like turning on softly, it's like turning on the faucet slow. The water goes. When you turn it on loud, I mean all the full blast, it goes, the same thing. The water goes, but it's the same.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of colors out of just the one.
Yeah, you're getting so many colors out of just one cymbal.
Yeah,
you know, and that's like some gigs I do with just one cymbal. Like I do some gigs where I just, I'll take just this cymbal.
Right.
Either this one or I have the dark matter. Either that one or this one. I'll just take a lot of times I just take this one out the house. If I play one cymbal on a small gig and little bitty, this cymbal, because I can do so many colors with just, you can ride on the cymbal. It's got a nice bell, and 3 cymbals, in one cymbal,
Do you find you get a lot of drummers coming up and talking?
Not only drummers. I'll say this. The ironic thing is, I get approached by more non-drummers because they want to know what I'm playing and why it sounds like that. I mean, drummers come up because they're curious. They're drummers. What is that? Or they might know from a distance what you're playing because they're drummers. Right. But it's non-musicians come up to me a lot. It's like, man, those cymbals sound great. What are those? I never heard of those before. Those are Dream. I'm going to go check those out. Maybe I should get one of those for my studio. That's like that's opening the world, the Dream world up to just everybody other than drummers, which is important. Yeah. Because then the cymbals are being, how can I say? They're being introduced to non-drummers. Drummers, we check out everything because it's your instruments. You're gonna know all the different things, but I get a lot of compliments from non-drummers.
We get a lot of feedback from producers.
Same thing.
A lot of producers.
Same thing. When I'm in the studio and I'm warming up, setting up, like usually the engineer comes in the booth, and some of them say something and some of them they don't. They'll just come and stand, and they do that. They'll nod and they'll go back in the booth. Some of them come and they be like, man, what is that you're playing? They sound gorgeous then they come and ask, well, I'm playing Dream and this is this and this and that, but yeah, man, I don't know. I'm big on sound, and it's like when I heard the sound, it was a sound that I had not heard. Yeah. And that's what two things. It was a sound I hadn't heard, and it was a sound and a feeling that I was looking for. The way the cymbals feel. Right. When I hear them back on recordings, and when I'm on the bandstand, the way they feel, oh man, it's like a new feeling from playing any other cymbal. No cymbal plays like this. I don't care what anybody says. I done damn near touched or tapped on all of the cymbals, and no cymbal feels or plays like this. It's like you have this level of clearness. When you play the cymbals on the top end, there's a level of clear definition, and at the bottom you hear this earth. Right. Because the cymbals are very dark, but they're still clear. A lot of times you'll run into a dark cymbal and it's not clear. But these cymbals are very dark, but they're very clear. Yeah. And which is like heaven for me. Because I like the dark sound, but I don't like it to be dark and thuddy. I like the clearness. Like this cymbal is pretty dark. That's dark. But on the top end, it's so much definition and stick. So that's like, oh, that's heaven.
Cymbals for listeners.
Even that's. Hearing this back in the studio, it's like you hear it on the top end, you hear it cutting through the band, but at the bottom you hear this kind of earth, like that sits under the band. It's like a hush tone or undertone that sits under the music that's going on. Wow. Yeah, because they're dark, but they have a cut. You still hear the stick, very much in the cymbals. So.